Wow, I thought he made that. Well, once you hit double to par, it's time to just pick up and move on. #14, pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Good-looking shot right here. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Here at the 15th, a long par 4 at 499 yards. Frank, what are you looking to do off the tee?
Tee shot here is very similar to the one back at the par 5, where the fairway slopes left to right, and then the second shot's going to be uphill to a green that's actually built in the opposite direction. This is a tough par 4.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Well, the drama's starting to build here. 15th hole, the approach shot, Frank. This is a time to be buttoned up and dialed in.
That's for sure. And this second shot would be so much easier if they had just removed one little bunker. And that's that one short left, because that's where you would like to land that second shot. Because that bunker's there,
Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie.
had every chance of going in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole, and you have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of the screen. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
That will be a great look at birdie. See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. Well, at last, a birdie. Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined the outcome of the 2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play with a player's mind.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a U.S. Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really 2, is like a 4 or 5 iron, you sneak it up the right side, or you take a driver directly at the green. You would think there's something in between, but really there isn't. And that's why, to your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger Woods, it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there back in 1994. So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a US Open, but it is still demanding.
Headed for the bunker. And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or 2.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just misses. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Well, too bad. He gives one back. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship. High wins, high scores. Let's see if he can put something together late.
Nice.
Looks good.
Oh, that's fine.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the wins now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. And he has it for birdie. So that'll do it from historic Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, Oakmont yet again has stood the test of time.
It has. It proves it's at the top of the tree with regard to testing every department of a player's game in whatever era they played.
So for all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo saying so long until next time. Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. New course to most of the golfers on tour. This challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo. We'll be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brand Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes, and you see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
Set to go at the par 4 first, and Frank, this is all you want in an opening hole.
Certainly is, visually as well. 90-degree dogleg left. There is a bunker down the end that'll sort of catch it if you hit it a little bit too strong, but you've got to get it to at least the corner of that dogleg if you want to have any chance of making birdie at the opening hole.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all.
Second shot.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. This one just requires a little bit of focus. So just getting started, even par so far. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. He's putting for birdie now. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Now at -2 for the day. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo back with you at the 3rd hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in 2. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
Oh, this looks...
It is.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. This is a cross-country special. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Well, swinging it right. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there, and good thing too. He's actually putting well.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Well, here at the par 4 fourth, 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee, and you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich.
This one has a chance to be really good. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work. This is a good-looking shot. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You have to like that. 4 under. Under on the deck. Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Point, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. So in the first cut here, it could be worse. This has really been impressive. High level of golf today, putting on a clinic out there. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Let's see what they do from a good lie in the fairway, 180 yards to go.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
And setting up here in the rough. Getting set now over the putt. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Just a couple of feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Par 3/6 is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Now a chance for a birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. 7th hole at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you happy if you walk out of here with anything other than birdie?
If you hit the fairway, you definitely should be looking at birdie, but the biggest problem here is to decide, Rich, what club to hit off the tee. You could hit a multitude of clubs here. Further up you go, the narrower this fairway gets.
Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier, it's a little more forgiving, greens are flatter and all that, and therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn brawn out there with the rough thick and bunkers are difficult and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And, sort of 10 under, I always think, is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Now to 7 under par. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Frankie's missed the green here in regulation, but still hasn't missed the chance to make the par.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's got this shot in his toolbox coming up.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. 7 under on the day. He's made it. Now to the par 5 ninth. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Always a little trickier. Club selection is key, playing downhill in this shot. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. He'll need to be strong with this. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So a tester from 4 feet. And he makes it for par. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Ah, nice.
Looks good.
In the fairway here at the 10th, a nice way to start off the back nine.
Second shot.
Frank, in the changing weather conditions, players have so many different options, don't they? Some might like to play it high, others might want to play it a little lower along the ground.
Really got to be on your toes today because of that, Rich, and really that's what separates the men from the boys, so to speak. You know that any mistake you make can obviously be magnified by the wind conditions, but conversely, it's a real good chance for skill to shine.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
moves to -8. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
That was not a very good read right there. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage, that hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
Frank, that golf ball's sitting up like a red velvet cake in a bakery. It looks pretty, doesn't it?
Time to take a bite of it. Savor it. Hit the next one close.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank, uphill shot. What did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to minus 11 on the day.
He has this for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards? Par 5, it might should be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the two bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Good contact, good result. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway.
This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Settles in over the putt.
Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Will make birdie if this drops. Count that. That's a birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Building something very special. 12 under par. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Little uphill to this green, Frank. And getting ready for the putt.
Comfortably knocks it in.
That has to feel good. That's a birdie. And another fun hole here at Lighthouse Point. It's the last par 3 on the back nine as we begin this closing stretch. 241 yards downhill. Par 3 16th.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Should be safely on deck.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far in a holiday.
Just a couple of feet. In the hole. And a birdie.
The 17th hole is another par 5, 613 yards. Frank, how do you play it?
Only the longest hitters can two. It's two big hits, that's for sure. S-shaped fairway. So if you can't reach the par 5 and 2, you can still plot your way down there for a nice little pitch, and really great opportunity to get one back off the scorecard.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Good looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Chance to get it close here.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. He has this for a birdie. Great shot. Get the birdie. Frank, as we arrive here at 18, I'm thinking about what we so often hear up here in New England. You can't get there from here. Or can you at this par 4 finishing hole? Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Oh, what a bonus.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Frank, great golf course and great man behind it.
Oh, it certainly is. Anytime you get a chance to play the King's Golf Course in Arnold Palmer, that is a pleasure. Hosted the Arnold Palmer Invitational for so many years now and always produces a worthy champion.
Arnold Palmer bought it in the 1970s. Through the years, Frank, it wasn't unusual to see Arnold roaming the grounds, hitting golf balls, playing in that regular game. They call it the shootout. He's still pretty competitive.
No, he is, that's for sure. Yeah, he'll sneak out there, do a little bit of practice beforehand. He does not like to hand over his $20 note.
It's a tough golf course, Frank, with a really exciting finishing stretch.
There's enough water there to tempt the faintest of hearts, that's for sure, and also steal a dozen or so golf balls.
And it's been the scene of some really incredible moments. I think back to Robert Gomez as a rookie holding out with a 7-iron on the final hole to beat Greg Norman.
Yeah, Matt Every won in 2014. Of course, Tiger Woods has literally owned this golf course, winning 8 times. And, of course, the last of which was in 2013.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. What's he need to watch out for here, Frank?
Those 2 front bunkers, Rich, the one that protects the left and the right. More often than not, you want to pitch the ball on the front of this green. They are the 2 to be concerned about.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Now the approach here at number 1, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those 2 bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill. It's at sneaky distance. Normally you'd be happy to take 2 from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. 1 under early in the round. Here at the 231-yard par 3 second, Frank, pretty good hole.
It certainly is, Rich. The carry on the right side's a little shorter, but if you're going to take it down the left side, you've got to fly that ball at least another 20 yards. Arnold Palmer's legacy to golf is in so many different areas. We see it just in the way people react to the game, but really when we go to Bay Hill, it's the one golf course that you'll see you've been out there, his clubs are always on the back of a cart. He's ready to go to the range. It's almost in every little blade of grass out there because Arnold plays there whenever he can. The king, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Palmer. He lives and breathes at Bay Hill, and when the tournament comes around, every March, it's a great reminder to not just Mr. Palmer, but also the golf course and all those little obstacles that he put in your way, water normally, and all the great events. And it's fun. It's a golf course, too, that anybody can play.
When I think of Arnold Palmer, I think the young professionals could learn just a few things from one of the all-time greats. First of all, reach out to the galleries, sign autographs.
Look him in the eye,
make eye contact as he always did. Number 2, own your golf swing. Whatever it is, believe in it. May be a little different. It may not be by the book, but own it and be comfortable with it. And then I think number 3, go for it. That's what Arnie always did. Go for it at the risk of failure, because you'll never be great if you just lay back all the time. Arnie always went for it.
One little lesson, too, you reminded me there. The one common denominator with just about every great player is a good grip. Arnold Palmer learned that from his dad. So if you're picking up a golf club for the first time or playing it for the 100th time, remember, a good grip will take you a long way.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Settles in over the putt. -1 in the early going. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Good contact, good result. Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
Frank, this is one of my favorite shots on the course here at Bay Hill, the second at number 3.
And this one just starts right of the flag. Really. This is that awkward length. Good read, good line, well played.
So a tester from 4 feet.
To -2 early in the round.
Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole here at Bay Hill. This is the first par 5 on the golf course.
561 yards. You thinking birdie here, Frank?
No, you certainly are. Perhaps even 3. This is almost ramrod straight, little hazard down the right side. But a good one, you can certainly get home for 2.
And that's where you want to be at the 4th, in the fairway.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
That's an absolute beauty.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 4th.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
Setting up for an approach shot here.
No snack though.
Well, that was a good looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly he's going to be disappointed.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Did the job right there. Frank, what's the play here off the tee? Is it driver, or do you play it safe with an iron?
A lot of the times that's predicated by the wind, Rich. If you've got a trailing breeze, driver is very much in play. Otherwise, just poke a little iron down the right side. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem.
Frank, what about this approach shot here at the 5th?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
He's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts.
Shouldn't be a problem here. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Nothing wrong with that par putt.
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second from an excellent lie.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
All right, Frank, you've played it safe. Now you have that third shot. What's the best way to get to that hole location and make the birdie?
The angle of the green really does favor the layup shot because at least you're hitting across the length of the green, but it's a little bit like that third hole, a very narrow green. So once again, that wedge shot has to be very precise.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. And getting ready for the putt. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Breathing a sigh of relief. You made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3 7th, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto this green because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Appears to be tracking well.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Putt for par. He needs one. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. Second shot.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a tap in to finish the hole. 1 under for the round. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water. I'm loving that balance.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, rolling the ball beautifully, makes birdie again.
Yeah, that pace, that roll, it's always getting to the hole, and it's the perfect, what we call the perfect holding speed. It uses all 4 1/4 inches of the cup.
We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Good looking shot right here. Settles in over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well holed, now to 3 under par. He's putting for par now. He'll take par and move on.
Back here in Orlando, Florida at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, we're getting set for the back 9. How do you get off to a good start?
Well, it's one of the shorter par 4s here, Rich. Dogleg right. Good drive. Just a short on here.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Nice par to remain 3 under.
Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, another good hole, the par 4 11th. Looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side. That has to be respected. And a green, really, where you've got to favour the right side, or at least right of middle.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. These putts keep the round together. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
So a tester from 4 feet.
How about 7 under par now?
Clean this up with a tap.
Did the job right there.
Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, really got to take advantage of it.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle.
Second shot.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt
And a good move now to 4 under. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
at the par 4 13th now. And Frank, what's the key here?
Really avoid those 3 bunkers, Rich. You don't want a fairway bunker shot over water for your second shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Okay, 20 feet, not too bad. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
When you consider the length of that putt, that's a good putt.
He has this for par. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day.
So just a formality here. -3 now for the round.
Another challenging par 3 here at Bay Hill. It's the 14th, 216 yards, Frank.
It plays uphill, prevailing breeze, too, into your face, so normally much longer than its yardage.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good effort and good par putt. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under.
Now at the 15th, big dog leg right here. What's the best way to go, Frank?
Really down the left side. It's very tempting to try and hit it across that bunker, but not only do you have to carry the bunker, you've also got to carry those little shrubs down the right side.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Second from an excellent lie.
This is a good-looking shot. Settles in over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. 3 under on the day.
The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. It's at sneaky distance.
Almost. Wow. I don't know, maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked. Getting set now over the putt. Yeah, an eagle. What a putt. Clean this up with a tap. You have to like that. 4 under. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Under on the day. Frank, the scene of so much drama through the years. The 18th here at Bay Hill. What's the key?
The fairway is rather generous, but once again it pinches in around 320, 330 yards. You've got to be cognizant of that. And of course that green shapes to the right, so good tee shot makes that second shot a little bit easier. Oh, I liked that.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. good spot right there.
Center cut.
Well, Frank, this is one of the most famous shots in the whole sport of golf, the second to 18 at Bay Hill.
And one of the most unpredictable, unless your name is Robert Gamers. Remember, he held his second shot here to win the tournament many years ago. For some reason, the yardage book's almost got to be thrown away here at 18 reps, because that second shot always plays longer or shorter than the actual number. So be a little lucky here, as well as good at 18.
Good chance at one. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This for par. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.